and welcome to the preliminary final injury update presented by AA Vitality. So the first one that we had, obviously we've had a week off playing, but we had a pretty solid hit out on Friday night in front of the fans here at AA Centre, and unfortunately we had a bit of a very minor injury in that one. So Taylor Adams, as reported over the weekend, he just came out of a contest and was a little bit tight in his hamstring, so he didn't complete any more of the training session on Friday night. We were able to go and get scans and have assessments on that hamstring over the weekend. It's recovered really well so far. So it's on the very minor end. Obviously these hamstrings get graded 1, 2 and 3. It's even somewhere less than a 1. So it's not the typical 21-day hamstring. That's what it's not. It's definitely slighter than that. He's got some soreness at the time, but that's all settled over the weekend. So he's actually been able to start running so far this week, which is really quickly post-injury, which is a really good sign. And we'll be able to build his running up. We'll make him unavailable for this week, but we're really confident that we'll be able to build his running up to a point where he's able to complete some training the following week if required. So a really unfortunate one with Taylor, but luckily it's not on the severe side, so we're looking to bounce him back pretty quickly post that hamstring injury. Nick Daicos, who's been working away in rehab for the sort of last 5 or 6 weeks, was able to complete some of the match simulation last Friday night, which was a really positive step for him. So he got about 25 minutes done of full match simulations. That's contact, that's everything. He wasn't restricted at all in that. Didn't have the cap on for a non-contact, was able to get tackled, lay some tackles and do all of the things that we need him to do. Got through that really well and has pulled up really well. So he'll complete a full session of training this week. We're obviously not expecting any hiccups with Nick. He's been responding to each session better every time that we've given him more load, and it was quite a big session on Friday, sort of matching his game loads and what's going to be required for him come Friday night. So really positive steps for Nick. He's bounced back really well from that. He'll have a full week of training this week and be available to play. Reith McInnes, he's been missing some of our match sim for the past 2 or 3 weeks. So it was the last VFL final. He copped a really significant knock in his shoulder and had that SC joint injury. He's been working away through rehab, making sure he's getting stronger in that area. He's at the point now where again he got to complete the match simulation on Friday last week, so he's fit and available to play should he be required for the next couple of weeks. And then a couple of players whose seasons have ended. So the first one's Ash Johnson. He had that broken arm. That's kept him pretty limited for a couple of weeks with pain. No surgery required. So at the moment he's completing a running program to sort of set himself up for his off season. There'll be no long-term issues with that for Ash, but he's got that broken arm at the moment, so he's unavailable. And the final one's Will Kelly. He was sort of struggling throughout the year at different times with a wrist injury. He's gone and had a very minor operation on that, and that's season ending for him, so he's unavailable for selection for the rest of this season. But there's no long-term effects of that, and that's just sort of built around getting him as best as we possibly can for what's to come in pre-season for Will. And that's all for the preliminary final injury update.